Man charged for indecent act on corpse of COVID-19 patient. GUYOIL reduces prices. 25,000 cash grant distribution begins. In the region, Argentinian women urge president to fulfill legal abortion promise. And internationally, Hong Kong activist Joshua Wong appears in court. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. I am George Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. In this report, Esther Sobers tells us that a man in Region 1 was arrested recently for attempting a sex act on the body of a woman who died of COVID-19 days before.
50-year-old Leroy Chekun of Trainline Port Kaitumo, Region 1, was charged on Tuesday for trespassing with the intent to commit a sexual offense. Chekun appeared before the Matthews Ridge Magistrate Court and pleaded guilty to the offense. He was placed in quarantine under police guard on Saturday after he was caught at Port Kaitumo mortuary performing a sexual act on the body of a 56-year-old woman. She had died 5 days earlier with COVID-19 symptoms. A test later confirmed that she tested positive for the disease. Nevertheless, Chekun was remanded to prison and will be reappearing in court this morning for sentencing. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. On Monday night, customs officials at number 79 Village Berbice arrested a 26-year-old Surinamese man in connection with the alleged discovery of a large amount of cash, a gun, and ammunition at the Guyana side of the backtrack route with Suriname. The man was allegedly carrying one Beretta submachine gun with the serial number defaced, 25 live rounds of ammunition, $3,000 and 6,250 Surinamese dollars. Investigators said during the exercise they noticed a speedboat with 5 passengers arriving at the Eno boat landing. However, the police have not stated if the other passengers were also arrested. The government has begun the distribution of the $25,000 cash grants. More from Bibi Bacchus.
GUYOIL has announced that it is lowering its fuel prices with effect from October 1st, 2020. The reduced prices will take effect at all of their service stations across the nation. According to GUYOIL, the move was taken with the consideration of the economic impact of the pandemic. A press statement issued by GUYOIL yesterday said, "As a national entity, GUYOIL is always committed to its strategic objective of being the price stabilizer for the nation. Though the company saw no reduction in acquisition costs, GUYOIL is aware of the economic challenges being faced by customers and businesses as the nation continues to battle COVID-19. GUYOIL further stated that it expects the reduction will bring significant ease to customers and assured that the company will continue to provide its products and services at competitive prices." For Headline News Update, Bibi Bacchus.
Thanks, Bibi. Stick around, we have more news coming up after the break.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Oh gosh, what's this? Me son can't read or spell. Stop! 0 out of 20. Is what I gonna do here?
Hi guys, my name is Ms. Pooja Singh and I'm the Senior Teacher at the Literature After School Program. Due to the spread of the coronavirus and the need for social distancing, we have moved our in-class learning activities to online via Skype. On the online side, we will be focusing on spelling, phonics, reading, and the National Grade 6 assessments. For more information, you can inbox us or call us.
Contact us on 675-4379.
I can call them now.
Hidden Treasures, discovering gems in young minds.
Welcome back. On Tuesday afternoon, an inmate who is serving a 3-year prison sentence for armed robbery escaped from the Lusignan prison where he and others had been assigned to work in the kitchen. He has been identified as 23-year-old James Moore of 544 New Road, Derry, West Bank, Demerara, and Dennis Street, Turkine, Georgetown. According to reports, he escaped sometime around 4 p.m. An investigation has been launched, and a manhunt has been as well. The director of prisons said Moore and 13 other prisoners were booked out from the holding bay at the time to work in the kitchen. BB Backus reports that GUYOIL has reduced the prices of its fuel in light of the ongoing pandemic.
GUYOIL has announced that it is lowering its fuel prices with effect from October 1st, 2020. The reduced prices will take effect at all of their service stations across the nation. According to GUYOIL, the move was taken with the consideration of the economic impact of the pandemic. A press statement issued by GUYOIL yesterday said, "As a national entity, GUYOIL is always committed to its strategic objective of being the price stabilizer for the nation. Though the company saw no reduction in acquisition costs, GUYOIL is aware of the economic challenges being faced by customers and businesses as the nation continues to battle COVID-19. GUYOIL further stated that it expects the reduction will bring significant ease to customers and assured that the company will continue to provide its products and services at competitive prices." For Headline News Update, BB Backus.
Thanks, BB. Police are currently probing a fire of unknown origin which destroyed the home of Guy Scott, a 41-year-old taxi driver of Anderneaming, West Bank, Demerara, which occurred last evening. According to police, at around 5:30 p.m., Scott locked up and left to go to a shop. He came back an hour later to find his house was completely ablaze. The fire service managed to extinguish the flame. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, Prime Minister Mia Mottley says rest in peace to the million who have died of COVID-19, and Hong Kong activist Joshua Wong appears in court.
Sooner or later you will have another power failure. Are you prepared for the next blackout? Some essential equipment such as security cameras, lights, internet, gate motors, and water pumps may stop working. How can you prevent the next blackout? InverterTech has an affordable solution for you. A strong UPS system which uses the latest inverter and solar battery technology to prevent blackout. We smartly calculate your average power demand so you don't spend more than you need to. Call 223-2233 for more information.
Oh gosh, what is this? Me son can't read or spell. Stop! 0 out of 20. Is what I gonna do here?
Hi guys, my name is Ms. Singh and I'm the Senior Teacher at the Literature After School program. Due to the spread of the coronavirus and the need for social distancing, we have moved our in-class learning activities to online via Skype. On the online side, we will be focusing on spelling, phonics, reading, and the National Grade 6 assessments. For more information, you can inbox us or call us.
Contact us on 675-4379.
I can call them now.
Hidden Treasures, discovering gems in young minds.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. On the current track, according to scientists, we could lose another 1 million people to COVID-19 before an effective vaccine is discovered and ready for distribution. Sharing this somber news was Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley in a brief message wishing the departed rest in peace. Prime Minister Mottley lamented that Barbadians cannot afford to rest on their laurels at this time, nor can they become complacent, saying, quote, "COVID-19 is going to be around for a while. We in Barbados have to protect ourselves. We cannot play fast or lose. We have to respect and follow the guidelines. We have to rebound economically, but we also have to be responsible socially." End quote. She called on Barbadians to be wise, vigilant, and responsible. Barbados so far has 190 confirmed cases of the virus with 7 deaths. Hundreds of women in Argentina have gathered in the capital calling on the president to fulfill his promise to legalize abortion. Nearly 500,000 illegal and unsafe abortions are performed there each year, and many women die from complications associated with the procedure. Al Jazeera's Teresa Bow reports.
Earlier this year, it seemed Argentina was ready to debate once again the legalization of abortion in this mostly Catholic country. It was a campaign promised by President Alberto Fernández. But then, the pandemic happened. Alejandrina Barry says the government is using coronavirus as an excuse to postpone the debate in Congress.
The government says it's not a priority, and yet the government acknowledges it is a matter of public health. They're delaying the debate. There's a social crisis, and abortion and contraceptives are crucial because it's affecting the poor. We need answers and a law that protects women.
In the times of COVID-19, the green scarves that have come to represent the call for free and safe abortions have been replaced by green masks. But the goal remains the same. In Argentina, abortion is legal only in case of rape or if a woman's life is at risk. But hundreds of thousands of abortions happen in a clandestine way, using pills and other methods at home. Amnesty International is part of a campaign to raise awareness on the consequences clandestine abortions have on women's lives.
Human rights groups say that thousands of women are hospitalized every year because of clandestine botched abortions. And they say that this is a matter of public health, and that's why it needs to be debated urgently.
In 2018, the bill was rejected by the Senate after clearing the lower house. It was the first time the bill was debated in Congress. But even though Fernández was keen on seeing the debate in Congress once again, women here say the government is prioritizing the relationship with Pope Francis, who is also Argentinian.
Now we are hearing the Pope is planning to come to Argentina next year, and the government wants to guarantee those negotiations because the Pope is helping with the International Monetary Fund to pay the foreign debt. But women will continue to die, so we will continue to demand what we believe is our right.
A right that these women say has been denied for far too long. Teresa Bow, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.
And internationally, a week after his arrest, Hong Kong's most high-profile activist made a brief court appearance. Joshua Wong has been charged for taking part in an unauthorized assembly, as well as violating the government's ban on masks during last year's protests. His appearance comes 3 months after China imposed a sweeping new security law on the territory, and a day before China marks its National Day. Hong Kong police have warned people not to defy a protest ban on Thursday. Al Jazeera's Adrian Brown reports.
Another day, another dissident in court. On Wednesday, it was the turn of Joshua Wong in characteristically defiant mood.
We just want to send a clear signal to the world. Even they try to arrest us, prosecute us, and even lock us up in prison, there's no reason for us to surrender.
He's been detained 10 times in the past 6 years, jailed twice, and now faces the prospect of further jail time if convicted again. Also in court on the same charges was Kut Si Yu, a veteran activist old enough to be Wong's grandfather. The two are accused of violating a mask ban imposed by the government last October to deter street protests. COVID-19, though, has turned that rule on its head, since failure to wear a mask can now incur a fine of $300. Both men were each granted bail for around half that sum and told to appear before the same court again in December. Yet to have their day in court, 12 Hong Kong citizens who were detained in Chinese waters while attempting to flee to Taiwan more than 5 weeks ago. Hong Kong's leader has called them fugitives. Their families say they are political activists. China's government has labelled them separatists, who now face the prospect of trial on the mainland. China's top officials in Hong Kong have rejected calls to free the 12. This week, those same officials made a rare public appearance alongside the chief executive, Carrie Lam, who has said the group must face justice on the mainland before they can return here. Adrian Brown, Al Jazeera, Hong Kong.
That's all for today's regional and international news. Here is your 3-day weather forecast. That's it for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. Tune in Friday at 6 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Also, visit our website at headlinenewsghana.com for all the news we couldn't fit in the newscast. Until then, take care.